Hi, so this is Chapter 2 for Healthcare Systems, and this is the first day for the lesson. So, healthcare is one of the largest and fastest growing industries in the U.S. It employs more than 17 million workers and more than 200 different healthcare careers. It is predicted that in 2020, 5.6 million jobs will be added to the already 17 million workers in the healthcare industry. And spending in the U.S. will increase from more than $2.9 trillion in 2013 up to $4.6 trillion in 2020, which is a big increase. So what are one of the reasons why healthcare, why we need more jobs and why more money is being spent? So one of the reasons is advanced technology. The advanced technology is more and more expensive, and then also our aging population. There's more senior citizens now, and that population will continue to grow. And so therefore they will go to the doctors more often because they'll have more conditions or diseases as they age, and as they go to the doctors more often, they are spending more money also in healthcare. Private healthcare facilities, there are many different facilities to provide healthcare services. The private healthcare facilities require a fee for service. So you go in, you have a service, you have to pay for it. So either you pay for it out of pocket or your insurance pays for it, or it's a combination of the two. Grants and contributions may provide some financial support for some of these facilities at times. So a hospital is, of course, a major type of healthcare facility. They vary in size and types of services provided. They are classified as private or proprietary, which is operated for profit, religious, nonprofit, or voluntary, and government, depending on the source of income received by the hospital. So they determine their classification according to their income. There's different types of hospitals: general, specialty, government, and university or college. So what kind of hospital is Memorial Healthcare? So go ahead and just think about that for a moment. So general hospitals treat a wide range of conditions and age groups. They usually provide diagnostic, medical, surgical, and emergency care services. So a general hospital will accept any patient, and they do have a wide variety of services. And Owasso Memorial Healthcare is a general hospital. There are specialty hospitals, and they provide care for special conditions or groups. Burn hospitals, of course, treat patients who have been burned. Oncology, which is hospitals that focus on cancers. Pediatric, which of course is kids. Psychiatric, which is mental health. Orthopedic hospital, which are bones and joints. And then rehabilitative hospitals, which are hospitals that are only for rehab. Patients go there for short term for rehab. Mary Free Bed Hospital is a rehabilitative hospital that's in Grand Rapids. They're also in Sparrow. So while they're at Mary Free Bed Hospital, if they need surgery, they essentially get discharged from Mary Free Bed Hospital. They go to another hospital, have the surgery, and then if needed, they return back to Mary Free Bed Hospital. Government hospitals are operated by federal, state, and local government agencies. They include facilities that provide care for government service personnel and their dependents. So the Veterans Administration hospitals, there's one in Ann Arbor, a VA hospital, state psychiatric hospitals, and state rehabilitation centers. So it means that they're all run by the government. University or college medical centers, they provide hospital services as well as research and education. They can be funded by private and or governmental sources. So what's a hospital that we have here in Michigan? That's University Hospital. So the University of Michigan Hospital in Ann Arbor. And many of those university or college hospitals have lots of students or residents or interns that work there to learn. Long-term care facilities are sometimes called LTC or LTCS, and they mainly provide assistance and care for the elderly patients, usually called residents. They're called residents instead of patients because they're there for long-term and it's essentially their home, so they're called residents. They provide care for individuals with disabilities or handicaps and individuals with chronic or long-term illnesses. So these long-term care facilities are not only for geriatric patients, but also it could be any age adult patient. It could be a 35-year-old woman who has MS who is no longer able to be taken care of at home. It could be, I had a friend who overdosed a few years ago. Well, he was a classmate of mine, and he was in the long-term care facility at Ovid Healthcare, which is a nursing home, and he was there for about a year for rehab, and he was in his 30s at the time. It can also be for someone who may be severely mentally and physically impaired, who is not able to be taken care of at home. There's many different types of long-term care facilities, including residential care facilities, extended care facilities or skilled care facilities, independent living facilities, or assisted care facilities. And we'll be talking about each one of those individually. So residential care facilities are nursing homes or geriatric homes. They provide basic physical and emotional care for individuals who can no longer care for themselves. They help with activities or daily living or ADLs. So your activities of daily living include showering, toileting, getting dressed, eating, cooking, cleaning, making your bed, laundry, anything that you do on a regular basis. They provide a safe and secure environment for patients. And they also promote opportunities for social interactions. And this is vital for many other residents. If you're home alone and you're not able to drive, or it's very difficult for you to get out, and maybe you don't have very many friends and family who come to visit, it can be very depressing staying at home all that time with minimal social interaction. So at least in a residential care facility, they're able to have that social interaction, have opportunity to talk to other people their age who have gone through similar situations as they have, play games, do crafts, do activities that they want to be involved in. It can really help their mental and emotional wellness. So here's a video of Pleasant View Nursing Home, which is here in Corona. I don't know if you've been to the new facility or not. I just wanted everyone to see it, to realize how nice it is and what a nursing home may look like. So make sure you go back to Google Slides and check that out in the Google Classroom. Extended care facilities or skilled care facilities, they provide skilled nursing care and rehabilitative care to prepare patients or residents for return to home environments. So this is short term. And here in the video that at the Pleasant View, they have a wing that's meant for acute care. It's for short-term care rehab patients. And this would be the same thing. Sometimes Mary Free Bed Hospital would be a short-term rehab facility up on 5th floor in the hospital. Some of those patients on long-term care patients who are there for a long time, like our nursing home, and others are there for a short time just for rehab until they're independent or well enough to go home. Subacute units are designed to provide services to patients who need rehabilitation to recover from a major illness or surgery, treatment for cancer, treatment such as kidney dialysis or heart monitoring. So maybe after surgery, after a knee replacement, someone needs just a little bit more extra care, so they will go to a skilled care facility or extended care facility. Might go for a week, may go for 3 weeks, and then once they're able to, then they return home. Independent living facilities and assisted living facilities, they allow individuals who can care for themselves to rent or purchase an apartment in the facility. They provide services such as meals, housekeeping, laundry, transportation, social events, and basic medical care, such as assisting with medication. So in many of these facilities, some of them just have a room and a bathroom for each person, and the room just looks like a regular bedroom. Some have a little kitchenette, which may include a little mini fridge, a microwave, may include a stove, but I found that it seems like when they started building these, they thought it was a good idea to put a stove in the residents' rooms, and I think they've realized it's not such a good idea, and I don't think that most of the stoves work. They may have a microwave, so if someone wants to reheat some food or a cup of coffee, maybe they have that there, a kitchen sink. Some independent living facilities they may be a home or a house that has been transferred or transformed into a assisted living facility. It may be more of a facility, such as Oliver Woods here in Owasso. So there's all different types of facilities that someone can go to, and it's whatever works for them. So Green Acres, this is a facility in Ionia that I've seen patients at. It's a beautiful facility. They have a town square in which they have a post office, a cafe and coffee shop, and a beauty and barber shop. So these two ladies here are at the cafe. And then as you walk away from the town square, they have 12-foot trees, park benches, canopies, street lights. It looks like you're on a main street of any town. So here it is here. This part here with this brown floor is their town square. You can see their cafe here. You can see the barber shop here, and they have canopies over it. Here's their barber shop inside, the post office with the mailbox. And then once you get here into the carpeted areas, is the residents' apartments. And their door is almost like a door that you would have on a regular house, and they have a big window by the door. Of course, residents can close the windows or shades so nobody sees in. They have trees, they have park benches. You can see the window boxes here. It's just a really beautiful facility that makes that the hope is to make them more comfortable there. This is Hyde Park Assisted Living. This is actually in Flushing, and this is the facility that my grandpa is at. He's actually this guy in the blue. This video is pretty old. It's probably about 10 years old. Again, it's just I'm showing it so that you can see the different activities that people do there. And, a lot of times I think younger people think assisted care facilities or nursing homes are boring, and that's not the case at all. Especially the larger ones, have a lot of activities here at Hyde Park. They do bingo. They have crafts every week that they come in. They have parties, holiday parties. They just recently had a baby shower party for one of the staff that was pregnant. They have wine and tea. It's certainly somebody's right that if they want tea, they can have, or wine, they can have wine. Of course, if it interacts with their medication, then they would be given a non-alcoholic wine. They have movie nights. They have people who come in and sing for them. They've had painting parties in which, you might have gone to a painting party in which everyone paints the same thing. They've had that 2 or 3 times there also. So they're pretty nice facilities. The larger ones will definitely have more activities to do than a smaller one that may be in someone's home that they have converted into a assisted care facility. Long-term care facilities. Most independent or independent living facilities are associated with nursing homes, extended care facilities, and or skilled care facilities. This arrangement allows an individual to move from one level of care to the next when health needs change. Some facilities offer senior citizen or adult daycare centers, so therefore they're at that facility. A person could drop off their loved one just for the day so that they can do activities or have that social interaction with others, or so that the caregiver has a break. Many of these facilities also have a respite care room or two in their facility, and that is, again, for someone who is taking care of their loved one if they need a break or if they want to go on vacation and their loved one is not able to go with them. Then the loved one or family member would go to this facility for maybe a week, maybe up to 2 weeks. Every facility would be different. Therefore, their caregivers could have that break, go on vacation, whatever it may be, knowing that their loved one is well taken care of. And then once that time is up, they would go and pick up their loved one from the facility. So it's a pretty nice arrangement. There's a facility in Alma. It's called Masonic Pathways, and it's a very large facility. But around Masonic Pathways, there are senior citizen condos for people to have. And then eventually, if they need to, they can move into the assisted care facility, and then they can transition very easily into the nursing home portion of it. At the assisted care portion of it, there's a dining room, and it's more like a restaurant. You sit with 2, maybe 4 people at one table, and there's menus that you can order from. You can go and eat when you want to. It's not scheduled. So there are some very nice ones. And again, the facilities provide social interactions and other services for older people when they go for the adult daycare center. There's a great need for long-term care facilities, especially here in the U.S. People are working longer, so therefore they're still working when maybe their parents or their elderly family members need help, or they may not be able to care for them because they have multiple generations in the house already, or sometimes people they're just not caregivers, and it's just not in them, and it doesn't work well for them to do that. Other cultures are very much so. They care for their loved ones in their home, but the U.S. has kind of gotten away from that, so there will always be a need for long-term care facilities, and that need is going to continue to grow. Medical offices, some are privately owned by one physician, and then some are large complexes that operate as corporations, employ many physicians and other healthcare facilities. Medical services can include diagnosis, treatment, exams, basic laboratory testing, or minor surgery. And some of them just have the general physicians, which are your primary care physicians that treat anything within their scope, or they have the specialized ones, which are pediatrics, again, kids, cardiology, heart, and then oncology for cancer. So the closing word is, would you like to work in a long-term care facility? Why or why not? You can read your Chapter 2 book between pages 30 and 35 to the end of Section 2.2. And you can also start working in your workbook for Chapter 2. And we'll have more time to do that. So again, if you have any questions, you can always contact me. Have a great day.